So, if your avoidant partner has pulled away or even recently broken up in a relationship, there are very specific steps that tend to make avoidants second guess their decision and want to reconnect in a very deep way. And you probably know that avoidants often withdraw to protect themselves, but understanding how to approach them can actually correctly bridge this gap. But without understanding all of these steps from start to finish, you may unintentionally drive them further away and create lasting tension instead. In this video, I want to talk to you a little bit about the reconnecting stage of getting your dismissive avoidant ex back. Now, I want to start this video off by saying when it comes to getting an ex back, there are a few things that we want to be really sure of first. Number one, are we making the right decision? And under number one, it's sort of like A, B, and C. A being, do we think that this person, when we do reconnect with them, is going to be willing to have tough conversations about what didn't go well the first time and be willing to talk about these things and share, hey, these were my unmet needs, these were my fears, these are the things that are a concern of mine this time around, and for you to be able to share those same things. B being, do you both come up with strategies together to work through them? And C being, is there accountability from both ends? Okay. And I can't stress this enough because I see so many people, and I just wanted to put a disclaimer out here. I'm going to do this for each attachment style video, but I just see so many people be so focused on the result of getting their ex back that sometimes they forget, hey, for that to be a fulfilling outcome, there has to be a shift, because if the relationship didn't work out the first time, in order for us to see some healthy, some positive change, we want to see the needle move, because both people have those sort of pre-qualifiers, the A, B, the C. And if both people are willing to put in the work, willing to be accountable, and will have that tough conversation, then we can see really good outcomes. So anyways, that's my thing I wanted to share first. Okay. So the actual reconnecting stage here of getting the dismissive avoidant ex back basically looks like this. I get asked this all the time, so I figured I would just put it in a video. Go no contact. The relationship ends, go no contact. Go no contact for about 6 weeks, maybe up to 2 months. Generally, dismissive avoidants for the first 6 weeks of a breakup totally repress their feelings. There are some exceptions to this, but as a general rule, they'll really go into self-protection mode, which is them pushing their feelings down into a box and distracting themselves, largely through creature comforts. So through, drinking or distractions or whatever it might be, to just sort of push everything away. Now, during that time, they might be like, oh, I'm fine. But after 6 weeks or so, those feelings start to creep back up and sort of creep back in, and we start to lower our defenses within ourselves. And then we'll start to see, oh my gosh, we start feeling the feelings, we start missing the person, we start, all those different things. So right around that period of time for DA is usually closer to the 2 month mark, but as early as 6 weeks, that's a really sort of prime time to reach out and reconnect. Now, the actual reconnecting part starts off by not going right into A, B, and C that I talked about. It starts with just building momentum first. Set a deadline for yourself. How long are you willing to try to reconnect for? Generally, you want to try for maybe 3 months. It depends on the length of the relationship. If it's a 20-year marriage you were in with children and a mortgage, you might want to try for a year, right? So you want to pick a deadline that works for you. And then in that time period, you want to jump in there and be like, okay, let's just build some momentum first. Let's just chat a little bit first, reach out maybe around the 7 week mark, for example, of no contact. Be like, hey, how are you? What's been going on for you? How are you doing? And then, start to just sort of reconnect, chat a little bit, share some laughs. You want to reconnect with a DA for generally about 2, maybe even 3 weeks before then taking the next step. That next step should be sit down for coffee, go out for a drink, like something very low key where you just have a nice time. And then after that nice time is sort of established and that connection sort of been established, that's where maybe a week later you hang out again, you text a little bit that week in between, maybe just 1, 2, 3 times tops. And then you spend that second time together, and then you say, hey, I still have some feelings here, and I want to, reconnect with you and dive into this a little bit. By the way, I have a full course on this. It's called How to Repair Any Relationship. And it's designed to talk about how to reconnect with anybody, be it an ex, a family relationship, a friendship, and the steps required to do so. And also understanding what the best outcome is based on the state of the relationship, based on if the person qualifies those 3 pre-qualifiers of doing the work and showing up. And so it really helps you understand like the best outcome that that relationship has the capacity for, and then what steps to take accordingly. You can check it out for free for 7 days using the link in the description box below. But anyways, once you've sort of seen the person the second time, that's a really good time to be like, hey, I still have some feelings here. Obviously, we're spending time together. I'm hoping it moves in a different direction this time around, but I don't want to like jump in at 60 miles an hour and put all this pressure on it. But I do want to be mindful of the fact that if we're spending time together again and we're thinking of reconnecting, going back into this, I think there's like a discussion we should just have that's, hey, what didn't work the first time? What were our pain points and problems, and how would we try to solve for them this time around? So we don't go in just repeating the same outcomes, but instead we're more self-aware. We know how to have different discussions, and we can prepare for a healthier, more harmonious connection this time around. And that way we don't waste our time and we can keep enjoying spending time together. And that's when you're qualifying the person, right? That's when you're like, if that conversation goes poorly, to be quite honest, I wouldn't spend more time with that person, no matter what their attachment style is, anything. And it's really important to have that dialogue, because then you get to see, is this person willing to participate? In some cases, yes, somebody will be like, oh, I'm scared to have that conversation, or I can't have that conversation for any number of potential reasons. But then you have to ask yourself, like, then do I want to be walking on eggshells to try to people please to win them back over if we can't even disrupt the patterns that led to negative outcomes the first time around? So if you are somebody who is wanting to dive into this topic further, one of the best things you can do is learn what your needs are in a conflict. And there's a needs course you can check out using the link below, fully for free. And it's not just for a limited time. It's like you actually get to keep it for life. We're doing this just for the month of January. It's free access to a course for life. It's one of my favorite courses in PDS, because needs are how you self-soothe. They are how you get to know yourself. They're how you actually fill your own cup and feel more fulfilled, more joyful. And one of the most important things, to not just resolve conflict, but to actually be seen and known by somebody else in your life. That's my take on this. I hope that makes sense. Again, you can check out that course, How to Repair Any Relationship, in the description box below. You just go into the All Access membership pass. When you go in, it gives you access to literally every single one of our courses for free, that you just type in the dashboard, repair, and you'll see the Repair Any Relationship course come up. So hopefully that makes sense. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already to this channel and you hang out here. I would really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next video.